Good morning, dear students. My name is Farhan Mazhar, and today is 21st of May 2021. Right now, I am with the 10 Cambridge class. We also call it O2. And today's main the subject we are studying is Physics 5054. Today we have started the chapter of electricity, and today this is the second lesson we have, and today we will learn about the potential difference. So try to understand this idea that basically what happens that when you have a cell is like a source of electricity. It's the source of electric energy basically. So what the battery basically or a cell basically do, it provide electric energy. So for example, if you look at this diagram which is showing up on the screen, here we have a battery. This is a battery. So what this battery will do, it will provide electric energy to the charge. What do I mean? It will provide energy to charges so the charges can move. They can move in the circuit. If this cell is not there, if this source of electricity or the source of electric energy is not there, the, the charges, they cannot move in the circuit. So the basic function of this battery or this cell or this source of electricity is to provide energy. So you see, according to the conventional current is the current which comes out of the positive terminal of the battery and flows through the circuit and comes back on the negative terminal. That is called conventional current. So conventional current is the current which is coming out of this positive terminal, and it will pass through this whatever this resistor is. Resistor means is something which is using the electric energy. So and then the current will come back. That's the conventional current. And the current is basically the flow of charges, and in our course we consider that this is the flow of positive charges. So when the charges come out of this positive terminal, they have energy in them. They will have energy because the cell or the battery has provided those charges with the energy. So now that energy will come, that charges which are flowing coming out of this positive, they will have the energy, and they will pass from here, and here their energy will be converted into some other form, and those charges will come back. When they will come back, their energy will be zero. So when they come out of this positive terminal, they have very high energy, and when they come back after passing through the whole circuit, their energy is zero. So this is the basic idea on which we will be working. And wait a minute. Give me 1 minute. So you see that this is very important to understanding that what happens when the charges they come out of this positive terminal of the battery, their energy is full. They have lot of energy in them, whatever the energy the cell can provide. And when they flow through this circuit and they come back, they have lost all their energy. So the charges which are coming out of this positive terminal, they have very high energy, and the charges which are coming back at this negative terminal, they have zero energy. ideally they have zero energy. So you understand this idea, this basic understanding? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So what I've just taught you just a single idea. Can you repeat that?
सर अंडर द कन्वेंशनल फ्लो जब आपके पॉजिटिव एंड से प्रोटॉन्स ट्रेवल करते हैं एंड बाय द टाइम वो नेगेटिव एंड को रीच करते हैं तब तक उनकी एनर्जी लेवल जीरो हो चुका होता है.
Positive charge. Don't say protons. Don't say our protons. Okay? Positive charges. So the positive charges are coming out of here, and when they come back, here they will have high energy, and here they will have zero energy. Okay. So this is the basic idea. Okay, and we are talking about conventional current. Remember this thing. Okay, we are not talking about electron flow. Okay, now uh, now for example, if this is a circuit and this is a resistor. So what's a resistor we will study in detail, but you can understand one basic idea that this is a resistor. And what the resistor do, it converts the electric energy into heat. What happens when the current flows through this resistor? What happens? The electric energy converts into heat. Okay, so that is a rule. In ideal cases, what happens? The current which comes from here, it has very lot of electric energy in it. When it passes through this resistor, that electric energy will be converted into heat energy. And that is a rule, because in this circuit we have only one resistor that will convert the electric energy into heat energy. So that is the rule, that all the energy, whatever the energy those charges have, they will lose all their energy. So here all the electric energy will be converted into heat, and the charge particles will come, which will come back to the negative terminal. They will have zero energy. Okay, so it means that whatever the electric energy is provided by the cell, whole of that energy should be lost here. Whole the energy, whatever the energy those charges have, that is supposed to be converted into other form. That can be, for example, if I here put a light, a bulb, or a LED, what will happen? The electric energy will be converted into light energy. For example, if I put a speaker here, so the electric energy will be converted into sound energy. For example, if I put a fan here, so the electric energy will be converted into a mechanical energy, into the kinetic energy. So you see, whatever appliance you will put here, and if you have just put a single appliance, like here we have put a single resistor, whatever the energy the charges have, they got that energy from the the from the cell, and that energy is supposed to be used. So that's the ideal case. So here all the energy, because here we have only a single appliance connected. For example, it's a resistor, it will convert the electric energy into the heat energy. If you put a light here, that will convert the electric energy into light energy. So whatever appliance you put here, if you have put a single appliance here, like here, so what will happen? All the energy which was provided by the cell is supposed to be used. It is supposed to be converted into some other form. For example, here the electric energy will be converted into heat energy. If you have put a light here, the electric energy will be converted into light energy. For example, if you put a speaker here, the electric energy will be converted into sound energy. So what this resistor do, it converts whatever the electric energy was provided by the cell to the charges. Here, that energy is converted into some other form. And the charges which come back, they have zero energy. Okay? So if you have only a single resistor, a single appliance connected in a circuit, so whatever is the energy provided, same is the energy here, which is converted into other form of other form of energy. It can be light, it can be heat, it can be sound, it can be mechanical energy, it can be kinetic energy, whatever the appliance do. So it's very important to understand the function of a cell and the function of a resistor. The function of a cell is to provide the energy to the charges, and we call that electric energy. And the function of the appliance, the function of the resistor, is to convert that electric energy into some other form. So whatever the energy will be provided by the cell, all that energy is supposed to be converted into other forms. That can be heat, that can be sound, that can be light. So you understand this? I'm trying to tell this thing step by step. Yeah, do you understand this?
जी सर.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, so now we come to the we use, you see, here I use a term, we call it the potential difference. Try to understand that. Potential difference is basically, um, you see, if you just go into the definition, if you just check the definition of the potential difference, potential difference means energy divided by charge. This is mathematical form. Potential difference is basically energy divided by charge. And potential difference means the amount of energy per unit charge. So I say amount of energy per unit charge. It means amount of energy divided by charge. It's the mathematical formula. If you remember the mathematical formula, then it becomes very easy. It means, what does this mean? It means that, for example, if you look at this circuit, if you want to know what's the potential difference between A and B, so the potential difference between A and B will be the amount of electric energy converted into other form of energy when unit charge flows through this resistor. Try to understand. For example, when unit charge means 1 coulomb charge. Coulomb is the unit of the amount of charge. So the amount of charge which is flowing from here, if you know that, and if you know that how much electric energy is converted into heat or other form of energy, so the amount of energy converted into other form of energy when unit charge flows through this resistor. Okay. So for example, if for your understanding, for example, I came to know that when 2 coulomb charge flows from A to B, for example, remember this number. When 2 coulomb charge flows from A to B, during that, let's say 10 joule energy is converted from electric energy into other form of energy. So what I am saying is that the amount of energy converted from electric to an other form of energy is 10 joules, and there will be a 2 coulomb charge has flown from A to B. So you know the amount of energy which is converted from electric to other form, and you know the amount of charge which is flowing. So you divide the that energy which is converted with the amount of charge. For example, 10 joules divided by 2 coulombs. So you will have 5 volt. So that's the potential difference. So you see, try to understand this definition. The definition is of the potential difference that the amount of energy, amount of electric energy converted into other form of energy when unit charge flows through that resistor. So, and I gave you example. Let me do another example. For example, I say, okay, let's say I say 15 joule energy is converted from electric to other form, and during that, suppose 3 coulomb charge has flown. So if 3 coulomb charge has flown from A to B, and during that there is there is 15 joules of electric energy is converted into other form of energy, and somebody asks you what's the potential difference between A and B. So that will be the change, the energy which is converted divided by the amount of charge which is flowing from there during that duration. So that will be 15 joules divided by 3 coulombs, and the answer will be 5 volt, V-O-L-T, volt. 5 volt will be the potential difference. So first of all, you need to understand mathematically how we do this. So if you have anywhere, you know you have a resistor and you want to find out the potential difference. So how mathematically you will find the potential difference? You should know how much is the electric energy converted into any other form of energy, and you divide it with the amount of charge which is flowing from there. So you will get the potential difference. So the potential difference definition is also the same. It says the amount of electric energy converted into any other form of energy when unit charge flows through that resistor. So that is called the potential difference. So another very simple way I can explain you, you see, the charges which entered from here at a point A, they have energy, they have electric energy in them. So their energy will be high. So when they will pass through this resistor, they will have to do work. The resistor will have some kind of resistance, and to overcome that resistance, they have to push their way through the resistor. They have to use energy. So that energy will be converted into heat. So when the charges come out of the point B, their energy will be less. The charges which is entering here at point A, their energy will be high. But the charges when they come out of the point B, their energy will be low. So simply find out what is the difference of energy when they entered and when they left. So for example, when they entered, just for explanation, I'm using this. When they enter, suppose they have 10 joule energy, and when they came out, their energy is 0. Suppose. So when the charges entered, they have 10 joule energy, and when they left, the energy is 0. So it means they have lost 10 joule energy. Now, if you know how much charge is here flowing, so very simply you can find the potential difference. So for example, if 5 coulomb charge is flowing, So I will divide the energy divided by the charge, and that will give you the potential difference. So potential difference is basically the the, the energy per unit charge, or you can say uh, the amount of energy in units charge, or the actual definition is the amount of electric energy converted into any other form of energy when unit charge flows through a resistor. So you can also say potential difference. You see, you should understand this. When I say that here, for example, if the electricity which is coming to your homes, um, it has two wires. One is called live, the other one is called neutral. If you check the potential at the live wire, it will be 220. And if you check the potential of the electric potential of the neutral wire, it will be zero. So if you check the between the live wire and the neutral wire, it will be 220. When I say that here the potential is 220 volt, I say 220 volt, it means it has very high energy. It means, actually this means that one, if the 1 coulomb charge flowing from here, how much energy it has? It has 220 joules energy. So, for example, you know, in the battery cells, the small batteries which you normally use, you put in wall clocks and you put it in your toys, their voltage is 1.5 volt. So it means they provide, so they have 1.5 joule per unit charge per coulomb. So, but if I say Wabda electricity, it has 220 volt. So that's quite high energy. So that's why, you understand, if you touch the cells, both the terminals of the cell, you don't get electric shock because the energy is very low, 1.5 volt only. But if you touch the Wabda to 20 volt, oh my, you will get electric shock. Okay, so voltage. When I say voltage, you should understand it's energy per. You can say energy, but actually this is energy per unit charge. For example, if I will tell you touch this wire has 220 volt, so you should understand. So you don't need to touch it because it has very high energy per unit charge. If you have a cell, the cell is like 1.5 volt, I say touch it, you can touch it, no problem. Its energy is only 1.5 joules per coulomb. And when I say, for example, if you connect two cells together, so what will happen? Their voltage will increase. If you put them positive with the negative of the second cell, so their voltage will become 3 volt, 1.5 plus 1.5. They will become 3 volt. 3 volt is also good. You can check it, no problem. You can touch it, it's no problem. So potential difference basically means energy. You can take it as energy, but actually this means is energy per unit charge. Okay. So if I say here the potential difference is very high, it means the energy is very high. So if I say the potential difference is low, it means the energy is low. If I tell you that here the charges are flowing, we have current, but that current has very low voltage, it means its energy is low. When I say this current has very high voltage, it means its energy is very high. And actual meaning is energy per unit charge. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If, normally people get confused with it, but I'm trying to slowly tell you what I'm trying to say. So, anybody will like to tell me what till now you have understood? It's very easy. Don't worry. not difficult. It's just 3-4 lines which I have just prolonged on so long. Anybody would like to?
सबसे पहले बताया था कि जो पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से चार्जेस निकलते हैं वो ए पॉइंट पे सबसे हाई एनर्जी के होते हैं और बी पे उनकी जीरो एनर्जी होती है, क्योंकि रेजिस्टर में वो किसी और एनर्जी की फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं.
Yes. ठीक है.
और रेजिस्टर के अलावा वो बल्ब भी हो सकता है.
So light energy will be produced.
Yes, sir.
So what's the potential difference?
Sir, amount of energy converted per unit charge.
Yes. Is the amount of energy converted from electric energy to other form of energy when unit charge flows through a resistor. What's the mathematical formula?
Sir, it's amount of energy converted divided by the unit charge.
Divided by charge.
Sorry, charge.
Okay, whenever there is a potential difference, then the charges will flow. For example, if you have, for example, you can understand this, the gravitational field. We have this gravitational field on Earth. We have gravitational field. And if you are near Earth, your gravitational potential energy is less. If you move away from the Earth, your gravitational potential energy will increase. Okay, do you understand this idea, MGH?
Yes.
Okay, so in the gravitational field, what happens if this is Earth, if you are here, your gravitational energy is less. If you go higher, for example, here, your gravitational potential energy will, if here the gravitational potential energy is lower, when you go away from the Earth, your gravitational potential energy increases. So if you leave anything in, and it's at a point where the gravitational potential energy is higher, that's the rule of the Mother Nature, that it moves from a point where it has higher gravitational potential energy to a point where its gravitational potential energy is low. That's the nature of this universe. The bodies, they will move where their potential energy is higher. They will move towards that point where their gravitational potential energy is less. That's why if I take a brick and I go on the roof and I stand on the corner of my roof and I hold my brick in my hand, and that brick will have higher kinetic energy, and on the ground it has less kinetic energy. So if I let the brick go, the brick will always go downward. Why? Because that's the rule of the nature, that the bodies in the gravitational field will move from a point where the gravitational potential energy is higher to that point where the gravitational potential energy is lower. So that will go downward. So in the gravitational field, the objects move from a point where the gravitational potential energy is higher to a point where the gravitational potential energy is lower. So in the same way, in the electric field, if you put an object, if you take a charge and you put it somewhere where its potential energy is higher, it will always move to that point where the potential energy will be lower. For example, in this case, here the charge, for example, you take single charge. The single charge came out, its potential energy is higher. It has lot of energy in it. automatically it will go to the point where its potential energy will become less. As in the gravitational field, the objects move from a point where the gravitational potential energy is higher to the points where the gravitational potential energy is lower. That's nature. Same way, the charges in the electric field behave. The charges always move where they have higher potential to the points where they have lower potential. So the charges which are coming out of this positive, the charges will automatically through the circuit will go to that terminal of the battery where the potential energy is less. So for example here, why the charges are flowing in this direction? Because here the potential energy is higher, here the potential energy is lower. So the charges, and we are talking about conventional current, so they automatically will flow from A to B because they move from a higher potential energy point to a lower potential energy point. So same thing which happens in the gravitational field, same thing will happen in an electric field. The charges will move from a point where their potential energy is higher to a point where their potential energy is lower. So the charges in the electric field move in the same manner from higher potential towards a lower potential. You understand?
सर
Yeah.
ये ऐसे ही है जैसे डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शंस होते हैं.
Sorry.
ये जो पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस वाली बात आपने बताई है कि इसमें ग्रेविटेशनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी में भी ऐसा ही होता है, तो ये ऐसे है ना जैसे वो एक केमिस्ट्री में कुछ होता है कि कोई भी सब्सटेंस लोअर जहाँ पे उसकी मतलब वो लोअर वॉल्यूम होगा वहाँ पे बढ़ जाएगा.
Yes, same thing happens in chemistry. Where the concentration is higher, from there that thing will move towards where the concentration is lower.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, for example, when an object moves from a higher potential to a lower potential, it will give out energy and you can use that energy. For example, you must have seen that when the water is stored at a higher elevation and when you let it fall down in the dam, hydroelectric power stations, so what happened? The water is at a higher level and so it has higher gravitational potential energy. When it falls, it comes to a lower point which has lower gravitational potential energy. So during that, its potential energy is given out, and that can be used. That can be used to do some work. In the same way, when the charges will move from a higher potential to a lower potential, they will give out energy, and you can use that energy to do different works. For example, if you put a light there, then that energy will be converted into light. If you put a sound speaker there, then that energy will be converted into sound. So the charges, when they move from higher potential to lower potential, they will give out energy, and you can channel that energy into any form if you put the proper appliance there. One key idea which you should always remember. For example, the amount of charge which is coming out from positive. Just to understand this idea, take this example. For example, 10 charges. Very important idea. 10 charges came out. They go through the circuit and the 10 charges will come back. So the amount of charge which came out of this battery, the same charge should go back to the battery. If we refine it, if I refine my words, the amount of current which comes out of this positive terminal, the same amount of current goes back to the battery. It's a very, very, very important idea. For example, if 2 ampere current is coming out of the battery, 2 ampere current is supposed to go back to the battery. You understand? So if 10 coulomb charge is coming out of the battery, the 10 coulomb charge is supposed to go back to the battery. If 3 ampere current is coming out of the battery, then 3 ampere current is supposed to go back to the battery. So whatever the current comes out of the battery, all that current is supposed to go back to the battery. If 3 coulomb charge came out of the battery, then 3 coulomb charge will go back to the battery. If 5 ampere current came out of the battery, then the 5 ampere current supposed to go back to the battery. So whatever the current comes out of the battery, the same amount of the current goes back into the battery. But one thing changes. The current which came out of here, for example, it has 6 volt potential, electric potential. The potential here is 6 volt. So it's kind of energy. So when it will come back, it will have lost its energy. So the current coming out of the battery from the positive terminal, for example, its potential is 6 volt. When it will come back on the negative terminal of the battery, its voltage will be 0.
मतलब सर करंट सेम रहेगा और एनर्जी चेंज हो जाएगी.
Yes. The amount of charge remains same. Whatever the charge comes out, same charge goes back, energizes itself, and then comes out and goes back. Whatever the charge is coming out of the battery, the same amount of charge is coming back to the battery. Whatever the current is coming out of the battery, the same current is going back to the battery. But when it came out of the positive terminal, it has high voltage. For example, it has 12 volt. And when it will go to the negative terminal of the battery, after passing through the circuit, its voltage will be 0. So the voltage is lost when it passes through the circuit. I mean, it gives its energy. It gives energy out. It loses its energy. That's the potential. Energy per unit charge. So whatever the current comes out of the battery, same amount of current goes back to the battery. But the current when come out of the battery, it has high voltage, whatever that voltage. It could be 3 volt, it could be 1.5 volt, it could be, for example, the live wire, when it brings the current in your home, the voltage is 220. And through the neutral wire, when the current goes back to the WAPDA, the voltage is 0. You see? Through the live wire, the high voltage current is coming into your home. And through the neutral wire, the 0 voltage current is going back to. So whatever the current is coming into your home, same amount of current is going back to WAPDA. But the current which is coming, it has high voltage. And the current which is going back, it has 0 voltage. That's the rule. You understand this idea?
Yes, sir.
क्या बताया मैंने?
सर आपने बताया कि क्योंकि एनर्जी लूज हो जाती है बीच में किसी भी रेजिस्टर या किसी भी चीज में जो साथ लगी हुई होती है,
कोई लाइट, कोई स्पीकर, कुछ भी,
तो फिर वोल्टेज जो होता है वो सेम नहीं रहता, 0 हो जाता है एंड पे, लेकिन चार्ज उतना ही रहता है जितना बैटरी से आया होता है.
यस, जितना करंट बैटरी से निकलता है उतना ही करंट बैटरी में वापस जाता है. लेकिन जो वोल्टेज जितना होता है, और मेरी एक बात याद तो बड़ी वो, जो वोल्टेज, द वोल्टेज विच इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ द बैटरी, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने एक बल्ब लगाया, so that voltage is supposed to be used. Okay, For example, आपके पास एक छोटा सा बल्ब and you put a 1.5 or and works with 1.5 volt cell. आपने 1.5 वोल्ट सेल लगाया तो वो जितना 1.5 वोल्ट है वो यूज करना है उस बल्ब ने. ये रूल है नेचर का. जब करंट वापस बैटरी में जाएगा तो इट शुड बी एट 0 वोल्ट. अच्छा, अब आपके ध्यान में आता है कि वो गाड़ी की बैटरी लगा देती हूँ, वो 12 वोल्ट की है, आप उसी बल्ब को 12 वोल्ट पे लगा देते हैं. अब उस बल्ब ने 12 वोल्ट यूज करने हैं, सपोज टू यूज 12 वोल्ट, चाहे वो बल्ब भी बेचारा मेल्ट हो जाए, ठीक है, चाहे वो आपने जो पंखा लगाया वो उसको आग लग जाए, द वोल्टेज इज सपोज टू बी यूज्ड. चाहे आपकी एलईडी को आग लग जाए अगर आपने ज्यादा वोल्टेज लगा दिया. इसलिए आपने देखा जब वोल्टेज अगर आप किसी डिवाइस है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अ डिवाइस वर्क्स, अगर अमेरिका से कोई आपको चीज, फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू गॉट समथिंग फ्रॉम अमेरिका, इन अमेरिका वी हैव 110 वोल्ट, 110 वोल्ट. इन पाकिस्तान वी यूज 220 वोल्ट. अगर अमेरिका से कोई चीज आपको गिफ्ट आई है और सीधा उसको बिजली में नहीं लगा, डोंट डायरेक्टली पुट इनटू द एनी सॉकेट, बिकॉज इन अमेरिका the things are working on 110 volt. If you put the same thing on 220 volt, what will happen? The thing is supposed to use all the voltage, चाहे उस चीज को आग लग जाए. ठीक है, आप समझो मेरी.
तो सर 110 वोल्ट ज्यादा अच्छे हैं, बट 220
110 is safe.
देखो यहाँ पे 220 के होते हैं.
इससे हम वी विल स्टडी दैट. इससे जो लाइन के अंदर लॉसेस होते हैं ना, लाइन लॉसेस, जो बिजली जाया होती है, जब बिजली when the electricity current travels through the wires, heat is produced in the wires, so that is a loss of electric energy. So when you increase the voltage, that line losses become less. Okay, so that is the, ठीक है. Do you understand what मैंने अभी बताई ये बात? It's very important thing. Voltage सारा का सारा is supposed to be used, चाहे वो अप्लायंसेस जल जाए. ये रूल है जी मदर नेचर का, ठीक है.
यस सर.
अच्छा देखो, अभी मैं आपके सामने जरा थोड़ा सा चलते हैं इसको. मैंने अभी तक, मेरे ख्याल में आपका जो लेसन इज ओवर आई थिंक. सो मैंने अभी तक इतनी सारी बात बताई है, बट दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट आइडिया, बिकॉज इसी आइडिया की बेस पे वी वर्क. एंड होपफुली यू हैव अंडरस्टूड. सो बोथ काइंडली, अभी बोथ है, I hope that you have understood. ठीक है, today is enough for today. We have only one lesson today. We have talked about the potential difference. This was a discussion. I was trying to explain to my students what's the potential difference, and because so it required a lot of discussion, and then you actually understand the idea of the potential difference. So potential difference is like energy carried by the charges. So, and they can exchange that energy. They can give out that energy. They can lose that energy. So thank you very much, everybody. It was a good discussion with you all. So thank you very much, and have a good day, and God bless you all.